Thanks for watching. I'm Margot Kinberg, and this is In the Spotlight, a closer look at a crime novel. Crime novels set in Scotland have a long and rich history, and they run the gamut from the deepest, darkest tartan noir to light comic novels. Let's take a look at a crime novel set in Scotland today and turn the spotlight on Val Penny's Murder in Edinburgh. Jamie Thompson is an opportunistic thief who, one night, decides to break into the home of member of the Scottish Parliament, Sir Peter Myerscough. As it happens, Sir Peter arrives home unexpectedly and catches Jamie in the act. He gives chase, and Jamie starts running. That's when Jamie stumbles over the body of a woman who's been hastily buried in a very shallow grave. The police are called in, and Detective Inspector Hunter Wilson and his team begin the investigation. The first order of business, of course, is identifying the body. After a short time, the team learns the dead woman's name, Marianne Johnson. She was a local house cleaner, and in some way, almost all of the other characters were connected with her. For example, Jamie's cousin Frankie Hope's family employed her. Marianne's daughter Annie goes out with Frankie. And there are other relationships, too. Wilson and his team are working on untangling the threads of these connections to find out who the killer is when there's another murder. This time, it's Frankie's father, Billy. Is someone targeting the Hope family? If so, who and why? And what about the break-in at Sir Peter's home? How does Jamie's thievery fit in? Then there's another tragedy. It's a complicated case, but it has, in the end, a straightforward solution. So what are the elements in the novel? What keeps it going? The novel, as I said, is strongly set in Scotland, particularly Edinburgh. Edinburgh is a big city, but in ways everyone knows everyone, at least in the story. Sir Peter is a former police officer whose son Tim is now a detective himself who works with Wilson. The Hope and Thompson families are, of course, related. There are other connections too, and they give the story almost a small town feel. Readers will want to keep track of those relationships. The story is told in third-person past tense from several other different points of view, so we get to know these different characters. But that's not the only way in which this is a Scottish story. The culture reflects that as well. So does some of the language used in the book. Scottish idioms are used, and different characters are members of different social classes. So there's a look at modern Scottish society, too, at least the society of Edinburgh. The novel is also a police procedural. So the plots moved forward as police get evidence, interact with suspects and witnesses, and work with professionals, such as crime scene teams and forensics experts. The police work as a solid unit, too. It's a solid team, with none of the toxic politics and sabotage that we see in some police procedurals. We get to know the team members, and we get glimpses of their home lives. Wilson, for instance, is divorced and lives alone. He's quite functional, devoted to the job, and enjoys his time with his pub darts team. He relies on his police team and sticks up for them. In return, he's got his team's loyalty. He knows when to lay down the law, so to speak, and when a quiet word is enough. There's wit in the story as the team banters with each other, and sometimes they banter with people of interest in the case, too. That doesn't mean it's a light, happy novel, though. It's not a happy story in that way. The solution to the murders is very, very sad. And there's real darkness in the novel here and there. Things are not going to be all right again for some of the characters. That said, though, there are some rays of light, so to speak, and some hope. And the police team remains cohesive. Murder in Edinburgh is a distinctly Scottish police procedural set among the different social classes of Edinburgh. It features a network of relationships, a sad set of murders, and a solid police team that solves them. This has been In the Spotlight. I'm Margot Kimber. Thanks for watching.